Hello friends, my name is Katie, and one of my favorite hobbies is buying books and then never reading them. And next month, I want to change that.
This is that one.
For those of you who don't know, Jessica Williamson created a book kind of game thing to help her get her through her TBR. I believe she calls it TBR Takedown, and I'm going to be starting to participate in December. I will leave all of her links to all of her videos and her playlist for her TBR Takedown in the description box below. If you want to go check her out, I highly encourage that you go check her out as well. She's another author tuber and book kind of planning related content. If you like my content, you'll probably like her content if you're not already following her. So I'm going to be playing this like a shame game, where if I don't follow through, I would like you all to shame me in the comments when I make a video about it. I'm starting in December because I am going to be graduating at the end of December, which is wild. It's wild. I want to start off on the right foot in 2021. Since I will no longer be in university, I will hopefully have more time to do the reading. And as you can tell from my shelves, I am an avid reader and book collector. So I will be going through all the books that are on these shelves and telling you which ones I have read and not read, and I will give you a final count of read and not read. So that will be our baseline for when I have the wrap-up videos. So I've been reading more, and my Goodreads says that I've read more, but I still have a ton of books that I've bought in the last like 5 years and haven't read. I would also like to note that I have an entire other shelf in the other room. So when my brother moved out to become an adult, I took his room, which is this room, but I brought over only one shelf, left the other one over there, and the one over there I'm not counting for this, simply because those books are ones that I'm not looking to get to anytime soon, and while some of them are on my physical TBR, a very vast majority of them I have already read. So that's something to keep in mind. All of the books that are on here are like recent things that I would like to read soon. So it's not my entire to-be-read thing, it's not my entire book collection. I have literally books everywhere. The shelf where I'm going to be pulling from, and this is the shelf that's in my room that all these books stare at me every single night and shame me for not reading them and cry. They're like, Katie, why don't you pick us up and read us? We have good words in them. Come on, dumb bitch. So yeah, that's the video. So I know it's more of a booktube content than author-tube content, but to be a good author, you must also be a good reader. So I'm trying to cultivate that advice by holding myself accountable on the internet. We'll see how it goes. I will jump into showing you all of my books. Steal Like an Artist by Austin Kleon. Read. The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Read. The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. Unread. The Golden Compass by Philip Pullman. Read. The Particular Sadness of Lemon Cake by Amy Bender. Unread. Vampires in the Lemon Grove by Karen Russell. Unread. Skyward by Brandon Sanderson. Unread. Warbreaker by Brandon Sanderson. Unread. The Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson. Unread. Words of Radiance by Brandon Sanderson. Unread. Mistborn by Brandon Sanderson. Unread. Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo. Unread. The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue by Mackenzie Lee. Unread. And I Darken by Kirsten White. Unread. The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater. Unread. The Golem and the Genie by Helene Wecker. Unread. The Bloody Chamber by Angela Carter. Unread. The Ocean at the End of the Lane by Neil Gaiman. Unread. Neverwhere by Neil Gaiman. Unread. Stardust by Neil Gaiman. Unread. Aurora Burning by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. Read. The Fork, the Witch, and the Worm by Christopher Paolini. Unread. Black Leopard, Red Wolf by Marlon James. Unread. The Other Side of the Sky by Amy Kaufman and Megan Spooner. Unread. Gideon the Ninth by Tamsin Muir. Unread. Muse of Nightmares by Laini Taylor. Unread. The Shadowhunter Academy by Cassie Clare and a couple others. Unread. Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. Unread. Dreaming in Cuban by Christina Garcia. Read. Their Eyes Were Watching God by Zora Neale Hurston. Currently reading. The Sympathizer by Viet Tang the Wing. Read. The Silvered Serpents by Roshni Chokshi. Currently reading. Will be done soon. Winning Arguments by Stanley Fish. Read. Glengarry Glen Ross by David Mamet. Unfortunately read. The Flick by Annie Baker.
Red. Rabbit Hole by David Lindsay Ebery. Red. Homegoing by Ya Giassi. Red. A Streetcar Named Desire by Tennessee Williams. Red. The Bell Jar by Sylvia Plath. Unread. A random magazine, I'm unsure of why it's on my shelves. The Illustrated Man, a series of short stories by Ray Bradbury. Unread. Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. Unread. The Life of Pi by Jan Martel. Read. The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald. Read. Grendel by John Gardner. Read. Zen and the Art of Writing by Ray Bradbury. Unread. Fahrenheit 451 by Ray Bradbury. Read. The Odyssey by, technically, Homer? Kind of. Sort of read. An Edgar Allan Poe collection of classic stories. Pretty. And mostly unread. Lost Worlds, short stories, thrilling tales, mostly unread. Edgar Allan Poe, complete tales and poems. Half and half, doesn't really count. And Edgar Allan Poe, The Strange Man Standing Deep in the Shadows, unread. A Rapid Fire Shakespeare Round, A Midsummer Night's Dream, unread. Much Ado About Nothing, unread. Macbeth, read. Othello, read. Hamlet, read. Shakespeare's Sonnet, unread. Romeo and Juliet, read. The Merchant of Venice, read. The Tempest, read.
Me sweet, and we'll go flying high in birdland, high in the sky.
The Red Skulls of Magic by Cassandra Clare and Wesley Chu, unread. The Bane Chronicles by Cassandra Clare, Sarah Reese Brennan, and Maureen Johnson, unread. Lady Midnight by Cassandra Clare, unread. Lord of Shadows by Cassandra Clare, unread. Queen of Air and Darkness by Cassandra Clare, unread. Dark Age by Pierce Brown, read. Fireborn by Rosaria Munda, unread. Children of Blood and Bone by Tomi Adeyemi, unread. There Will Come a Darkness by Katie Rose Poole, unread. Six of Crows by Liga Bardugo, read. Crooked Kingdom by Liga Bardugo, unread. Priory of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon, unread. Nevernight by Jay Kristoff, read. God's Grave by Jay Kristoff, unread. Dark Dawn by Jay Kristoff, unread. The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab, read. Furyborn by Claire Legrand, unread. The Beautiful by Renee Addier, unread. The Never Tilting World by Rin Chupeco, unread. The Truth About Keeping Secrets by Savannah Brown, unread. The House of Shattered Wings by Aletta de Bodard, unread. Reign of the Fallen by Sarah Glenn Marsh, unread. His Majesty's Dragon, Throne of Jade, Black Powder War, Uprooted, and Spinning Silver, all by Naomi Novak and all unread. The Magicians by Lev Grossman, unread. A Discovery of Witches by Deborah Harkness, unread. Call Me By Your Name by Andre Etchemin, unread. The Highlander Takes a Bride by Lindsay Sands, unread, but annotated by my best friend who gave this to me as a birthday gift. How to Flirt with a Naked Werewolf by Molly Harper, unread. Innocent Blood by James Rollins and Rebecca Cantrell, unread. Blood Infernal by James Rollins and Rebecca Cantrell, also unread. Broken Stars, translated by Ken Liu, somewhat unread. Invisible Planets, translated by Ken Liu, also mostly unread. The Muse by Jessie Burton, unread. The Heath Anthology of American Literature, somewhat read. Mama's Last Hug by Franz de Waal, read. Oedipus Tyrannus by Sophocles, read. White Sargasso Sea, unread. Milk and Honey by Rupi Kaur, read. You Only Love Me When I'm Suffering poems by John Lupin, the Poetry Bandit, read. Autobiography of Red by Anne Carson, unread. Crush by Richard Seikin, read. The Art of the Lathe by B.H. Fairchild, Walden by Henry David Thoreau, read. Secret Asset by Stella Remington, unread. Never Let Me Go by Kazuo Ishiguro, unread. Call for the Dead by John le Carre, unread. On War by Karl von Clausewitz, unread. Becoming a Writer by Dorothea Branda, unread. The War of Arts, Break Through Your Blocks and Win Your Inner Creative Battles by Stephen Pressfield, read. Stephen King's On Writing, read. The Constant Art of Being a Writer by N.M. Kelly, unread. Bonk, The Curious Coupling of Science and Sex by Mary Roach, read. Okay, so that both took more time and less time than I had expected to get it finished. But my final results are I have 41 read books on my shelves over there, and I have 76 unread books. So I have 115 books, nope, math's wrong, And I would like to tell you again, that is not all of the books that I have, nor is it all the books that I haven't read. However, those are the ones that I most imminently want to get to. Those are the ones that in the next year I would like to have mostly, if not all, read. So next year's goal is 76 books. However, it's daunting for many reasons. Number one, books come out every single Tuesday, so I'm gonna want books, and as my favorite authors come out with new books, I'm going to push other books out of the way for it. For example, The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue came out a short while ago, and I've already read it. Also, my birthday and Christmas is coming up. My birthday is in December, Christmas is in December, and the easiest gift that most of my relatives and friends and people that know me in real life give me are books, because I'm a bookworm. And I love to hoard books. I'm a book hoarder. My dream is to buy a house so I can have a floor-ceiling library on the top floor like the Beast does in Beauty and the Beast, except I'm the Beast who hoards the books and lets no one touch them. Just kidding, I would let people touch them. I have 18 books on my Christmas list that I gave to my friends and family, so possibly could be adding 18 more to 76, which I can't do math in my head, so we're gonna add in 76 plus. If I got all of them, granted one of them I've already read, so it'd be 93 books added to my TBR. So here's the plan. I'm going to put all of the books into a spreadsheet, and I'm going to basically write down the name of the book, when the book came out originally, then when I read it, how long it took me to read, and of course how many pages is in the book, but that'll be when I read the book. And then my rating, my star rating, so that I can keep track of these books that I read. And of course, and have another backup place where I have all of my things, so I don't have to recount next time I want to make a video like this. Because counting was a son of a bitch, let me tell you. So, let me know how many books are on you guys' TBR. Let me know if you're going to be joining me in this challenge. Let me know if you've already been doing this challenge, because Jessica's been doing it for over a year probably now, I think. Or maybe it's coming to be around a year. So expect more bookish content from me, because I really like talking about books. And so I'm going to put more bookish content onto this channel, because it's my channel and I do what I want. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please make sure you give it a big thumbs up down below. It really helps me and my channel. It tells me that you're liking my content. If you want to see more of my rambling face, make sure you hit that big red subscribe button down below so you never miss when I post. I put out new videos every Thursday, and I do writing sprints in the form of streams every Wednesday and Friday at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Anyway, again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!